Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be talking about overdose, so please be mindful of that. I don't want anybody to be sensitive and get triggered. You guys, I am a recovering addict, so I always talk about stuff that's inappropriate, so I'm sorry. Also, I'm quite dysfunctional. I'm trying to get out of it, but it's hard. Anyway, my name is Jamie. I have 5 years and 8 months sober. This is not my first rodeo. I've been sober before. This is my third time getting sober. Well, maybe my fourth time. I lost track. But, you guys, I was just thinking about something. A lot of you guys who watch my videos know, like a lot, like my life story is literally insane. I wish that one day I can find somebody to like help me write a book. Because I have ADHD, it's really, really hard to like get the thoughts correctly in the order. I don't know. The other thing is that I have really bad like carpal tunnel and stuff like that, so I cannot write. Like I can type with my mouth. I can type with my mouth. Okay, that sounded kind of weird. Yo, I meant like all like Google voice it. I don't know. Anyway, so you guys, a lot of you guys know who watch my channel. Like I grew up in the craziest life. And when I tell my story, like I tell my testimony often, that's literally all I do. It's not because I want to sit and brag about my life. That's not why. I tell my story because hopefully maybe someday, first of all, number one reason is to help myself. I'm a single mom and I'm all alone. So me telling my story is more than anything therapeutic. It is very therapeutic. There's something wrong with me, you guys. Because of all my trauma, like, it's very easy for me to talk about it. For example, most people, they don't talk about their rape or shit like that just randomly, especially to a stranger. But me, I do. Hi. Anyway, it's not on purpose. I wish I wasn't like this, but anyway. So you guys, so I grew up in like the craziest shit. If I look outside a lot, it's because I'm gonna cry, so I'm gonna try not to cry. Like especially right now, 2 minutes in. So I grew up in like the craziest shit, dude. Like I moved around so much, and my mom was a meth addict and an alcoholic, but meth was more what I remember her on when I was younger. So anyways, I don't remember like all of my life like right now. Like it comes in times, like it comes and it goes, unfortunately. But my main thing is my mom and my older sibling were both meth addicts. They were both addicted. My older sibling, it makes me want to cry because it was not that person's fault, like that they turned out that way. Like it was my mom's fault, right? Because my mom was, her mom. And she did just like me, followed in my mom's footsteps, And I really, really love and wish we could have a relationship, because we really don't. And it makes me sad because I wish it could be different. If you watch this, I'm not trying to talk crap about you. I'm not trying to tell your story. I promise you to God. I'm just trying to tell so that people can get a little idea of, how this was. So basically, and I never knew how she started to begin with, but I do remember like very young she had been using because, the point in talking about that is that like her and my mom would stay together a lot. Like they would move together, they would live together. Like, so it was always either my mom's house or her house. It was, always. So I don't know, you guys, this is going to be all over the place, but it was just the fucking point. Like, sorry, I'm getting frustrated. I feel like I can barely breathe. It was just the point that, like, I remember being so young and on meth, like, so young, you guys, like, and just, my kid is 10, my daughter, and it just kills in my soul to think about myself, like, so young, and, like, at first, I really, really, really looked up to my sister because, like, she was just, like, such a hero in my eyes, but she was always really mean to me, like, and she still is, and always really mean to me, and I just remember I wished that I had a sister. Like, I wish I had somebody to protect me, you know? Obviously, my mom wasn't. But anyways, I remember I had a boyfriend, you guys, who was like 30 years old, and I was 12, maybe even 11, or yeah, something like that. And I just remember, like, I'm for sure that I was 12 at one point when I was with this person, and he was like 30 years old. And maybe people didn't think that it was okay, but no one stopped it. And I was 12, like a fucking child. Don't get me wrong, I thought I was a grown-up and I tried to act like a grown-up, but it was only because of what I seen. It was never like, I had no idea. I was a little kid. Anyways, so at some point I was doing meth, and the people who were giving me this meth were all grown-ups, like all of them. Like, no kids, all grown-ups, because that's all I hung around with was way older people because they were always around my family. Anyways, you guys, this won't be that long of a video, but I just wanted to talk about this because it's going to be flashing through my head all day. But I just remember, like, you guys, my mom, like, she was so freaked out because of her trauma. So I can't blame my mom. I don't know, dude. I go back and forth. But I try to think about the memories when I was younger. Like, I don't have good memories that I can think of. If you know of any, let me know. I don't remember having good memories. I really don't. I mean, moving out, getting evicted, fucking having the police pound my door in. I don't know. Not really fun memories. Going to group homes. My mom would break me out of the group homes. Her and her boyfriend. They'd come, bust me out. I'd jump out the window and break out. One time there was, like, bars on the window and I had to, like, lie to get out. And my mom was, like, the one person taking me because, like, they weren't going to let me go with her, you know? Just the craziest shit, you guys. My life is literally insane. Like, it was insane, you know? It still is, but not as nuts as it used to be. Anyways, so I just remember my mom, I don't know, I had this really old boyfriend, and I was a little girl, little tiny kid, fucking 12 years old, like. And I remember his sister and his family would be like, what the freak is wrong with you, dude? What's wrong with you, dude? And, like, he had previously a younger girlfriend that was, like, 18, but not 12, you know? And maybe I acted older, but come on. A 12-year-old, like, really? Like, you don't notice a 12 is a 12? Like, come on now. You know? Sick, you guys. Sick. Can you imagine your child, a 12-year-old little girl? Abso-freaking-lutely not, you guys. So anyways, the other thing, though, was, it's giving me such bad anxiety, so I gotta hurry up. So the other thing was, and I've talked about this before, but I've overdosed twice, but once was on purpose, and this one time was not. So anyways, the one time that was not on purpose, you guys, I was like 11 or 12, I can't remember exactly. I just know for sure that I either turned 12 while I was with this person, but I was for sure 12 at some point with this boyfriend. And really, like, I'd live with this person. Like, I lived with him, and all we would do was sexual stuff all the time. And, like, in my mind, I thought he was so cool because he was so much older, and, like, I was a little kid, like, and I question right now, like, why didn't you fucking protect me? Like, how can you blame a 12-year-old? Like, how? I can't comprehend it. I cannot. So anyways, I remember, you know, they would give me meth, and back then it was called crank. It wasn't called meth, you know, it was called, or crystal. Back then it was called crank, and please do not continue to watch because this is very triggering, so if you're easily triggered by drug talk, do not go on. I'm going to be very descriptive. Anyways, it was called crank, and it was just like a huge white chalk looking kind of substance. And, you know, they would cut it up and make lines, and the boyfriend, he had all this crank, and he had them, like, all lined up. And I think he may have been a dealer. I don't remember exactly, but he always had a lot of it. And like I said, we were sexual all the time, and crank makes you be sexual. Like, anyways, I'm fucking shaking because it makes me so fucking sick to think about a little 12-year-old me. Anyways, you guys, that night I remember because all these older men would give me this drug. Like, they would always give it to me. I said this was going to be short, but here we are. Sorry. And it was all lined up. And I remember, like, I did a line, and I remember they were like, you know, oh, damn, like, this is super good, or whatever. My mom was there. My mom would hang around with his dad, and she liked his dad. I don't know, like, they were together at some point. It was fucking so sick, though, dude, because they didn't stop what was going on with him and me, like. And, of course, I went along with it because I was a kid, you know. I don't know if you've ever cried where you got a lump in your throat, but that's how I feel right now. Anyways, I remember, you guys, I swear to you, I felt like it was an outer body experience. Like, I swear to you, like, I felt like I was literally outside of my body looking at my dead body on the ground. It's morbid, sorry. Anyways, I seen myself foaming out of the mouth, like, fucking foam all over my mouth, like, and I don't know, you guys, like, what happened. I'm not sure if I was drinking. I don't remember exactly, like, how that happened, but I remember my mom woke, like, I got up. And I was so scared, and I had it all over me, you guys, and I was so scared because, like, I swear I died, you know, and my mom was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, she was so mad because the cops were going to come, and she was like, we almost had to call the cops, and, you know, I would have went to jail for this, and I just remember thinking, like, you know, damn, because I don't remember my mom being, like, worried about me, but maybe she was, I don't know, in her own way. But anyways, you guys, dude, this is a crazy ass shit. So if some of you guys are like, why isn't she better? Fucking this is why, okay? This is why. And I am better, but you know what I mean? Anyways, dude, that's one of my little war stories. And at 33 years old, you guys, I'm sitting and thinking about this now that I have a child, you know, who's around my age-ish. And I started smoking cigarettes at my daughter's age right now. And, like, I cannot even imagine if she's like, I'm gonna smoke cigarettes. Like, no. And thank God that I don't do anything, so I don't have to worry about her finding my cigarettes or none of that shit, because I don't have them. You know what I mean? You guys, like, I can't believe, like, that happened to me. Like, I cannot believe it. And I don't, like, people that don't know me, like, you may wonder, like, how did she become so fucked up with trauma like this? But if you've heard any of my stories, like, maybe that could tell you, like, dude, when a person goes through that much trauma, like, such a little girl, you guys, like, I was with so many men. By the time I was 15, you guys, like, I was probably with, like, 100 different men who were, like, fucking, and I thank God that I never got an STD or herpes or any other fucking disease. What is the disease called? It's not AIDS, but is it AIDS? I don't know. I'm stupid like that, sorry. But, you know, one of those. You know, I've been tested so many fucking times, like HIV, because I've had a lot of pregnancies, and thank God that they test me, you know? But, dude, you guys, I think the worst that I had was mono, and I thought that was from kissing, but it's really not. Anyway, so, you guys, I don't know, I was with so many men, and I was so young, like, and I don't obviously say that as bragging at all. It's disgusting, you guys, to think about these grown men, like 30-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old men who were with me when I was 12 and 13 and 14. Little girl, you can never, ever, ever blame a child. You cannot blame a child for being with an older man. Child's brain is not fucking developed. There's truly something wrong with you if you think a child being with a grown man is their fault. Seriously. Because it's never a child's fault, in my opinion. Never. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna go. God bless you. Pray for me.